High Quality Conversation, episode 4. I'm your host, Avyon Smith. We got a full slate ahead of us. We have the Super Bowl halftime show. We have ice updates. We have updates with the files. We have updates with life. We have updates with comedy. We have updates with me too. So we're just going to kind of jump right on into it. I don't really see a point in doing anything because I'm a nobody. Maybe when I have something to talk about, I will. But right now, what's important is the Super Bowl. Shout out the Seahawks. Let's get at that. Let's get all that out the way. The Seattle Seahawks beating the Patriots. It was an amazing story. Sam Darnold, if you guys don't know, Sam Darnold was a top pick out of USC. USC is notorious. The college is notorious for having quarterbacks that do not succeed in the NFL. This guy had a quote years back in his rookie season. He said, "I'm seeing ghosts out there." You hear that? That does not sound like an NFL starting QB. Fast forward years later, he ends up winning a Super Bowl with the team that decided to pay him because the team that he just performed well with decided not to, and they're in the gutter. Vikings aren't looking good, just started firing people because of it. Sam Darnold, man. And Seattle, 12s. What's not to like about it? But it seemed like the only thing people didn't like about it was Bad Bunny. I mean, I had a moment before the game with my friends where I said, I wonder if anyone is gonna really go out of their way to watch this Turning Point USA thing and be like, oh, look at me, I have headphones in at the Super Bowl. I'm watching Turning Point USA today. And I saw a video. She was at the top of the bleachers. Lady, if it was satirical, maybe like I missed the joke, but usually I don't miss it. And I looked at her page and I was just like, oh yeah, buddy. Patriots lost. You're in a Patriots jersey. You're watching Turning Point USA at halftime. This was a waste of money for you. This was a waste of a trip. You know what I'm saying? This had nothing to do with you at this point. Turning Point USA at halftime. What? We'll get to that. But the funniest thing about it is Bad Bunny is obviously American. Bad Bunny obviously performed the entirety of the halftime show in Spanish. I mean, last year it was in English with Kendrick and no one was moving. I saw more people moving in the crowd this time. We are in the Bay, you know. I know Hispanics are more Southern California, but they make their way up to the Bay. And it seemed like everyone had a really good time, right? And the point I'm really trying to make is how performative, that word's kind of been a key word. It's of this era, right? Performative. How performative can these people get? Because we're seeing people drop like even women like Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's like, whoa, fuck this dude. But some of you regular people aren't having no voters remorse, are having nothing. But instead you're like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say Bad Bunny is an American. I'm gonna watch Turning Point USA and Kid Rock. I just don't understand the logistics behind it, but it was an amazing performance. But here's what I will say. I'm calling it an amazing performance for a lot of different angles. I'm calling it a great performance because it was a good performance. It was relevant with the time. Bad Bunny is American and he is the #1 artist in the world. He won Album of the Year. Like, you would think that'd be something that Americans, if you're so America first, like you should be embracing the fact that we are one of the only countries that can look so many different ways and no one bats an eye. You understand that? Like, that used to be something that I used to really take pride in, that the red, white, and blue really meant like you could be really anything. Just because white's in it doesn't mean that's the only shit we can be. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that could have been an amazing moment for people to kind of come together. And I thought that's why Bad Bunny did what he did. He had the performance that he did. It was about unity. It was about love. It was about all this stuff. Some of you guys might find it corny, maybe even me too a little bit, but that's what the world does need. At the end of the day, bro, if you're hating on it, at some point, we're gonna have to look at you and say, we got some underlying stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you really upset about? What are you really upset about? That's my question. I mean, that's really what I wrote about. That's all I wrote. I wrote Super Bowl halftime drama. What are you really upset about? Trump's in office. Um, what are you upset about? Like, I don't understand, because for 15 minutes at halftime, like, you guys had to go outside and have a cigarette or something. Like, you could just ignore it. I actually, funny enough, I have a I have a joke about this, and I need to stop posting my like stand-up jokes on the internet, because I feel like sometimes it comes off like different, cuz I said I hate gay people, but that was like the introductory to a joke. It's like, "Oh no, no, not I hate gay people." It's like, "Gay people disgust me." And they're like, "Oh, we're not even having an English speaker." Like, people are acting like this is like some fucking crazy thing. Like, they're disgusted by it. And I'm like, you're disgusted by these things? By a Spanish speaker? By gay people? I'm like, I've only been disgusted one time, and it was a visual thing. I was like, "Ugh." I would hate to have that feeling. That's the joke, right? But at the end of it, I go, oh, well, you know what's weird? I feel like you could try not caring, like, and that's kind of the gist of the whole thing. If you just went outside and smoked a cigarette, it's like, oh yeah, cool artist. He won album of the year. You guys don't listen to Taylor Swift. You guys don't listen to these people, but they're the number one person in the world, whether we like it or not. Just like how I maybe didn't love the Patriots being in the Super Bowl, but I did love them losing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, the Patriots are in the Super Bowl. I'm not watching it. It's the same thing. You're insane. Insanity. Insanity. I thought the Super Bowl was important for a lot of reasons. I thought, like, a lot of people call these distractions. A lot of people, I can even get into that later, but we're talking about the topic at hand. I even thought that Bad Bunny was even a great hire in reference to people being seen, especially with what's going on with ICE right now, right? We have US citizens getting deported. We have people who have been here for a decade with no crime being held in facilities. We have people nowadays that have a very, very huge misunderstanding of what being American is, and what being America and what America was founded on, right? That's where I'm really confused. It's like, okay, if you want to say that like the settlers that came here were white, okay, Native Americans, what about the Spanish? What about, bro, like, there's so many different things that were happening during that time, that for you to say that because one of the boats of the people that pulled upon us, like our forefathers were the white, like, that just doesn't make sense to me, because everything after that says otherwise. So I'm really confused as to how we got to a point where America meant white America, because it never was that. It was never that. Ever. What's funny enough, every single time it tried to be, it turned into something extreme, because you guys took it there. Y'all asking for someone to turn into John Brown or something again. Matter of fact, I'm finna watch that movie tonight. Finna watch that shit tonight. But I think the correlation between all these things are relevant. I think they're relevant, and I think that's why it made for a really good halftime show. And I saw a lot of people, in the same sense that Taylor Swift is bringing fans into football. Maybe it's not some pseudo social, political, or even really political thing. We all know how she goes. She votes Republican. But at the end of the day, Actually, I don't know that. I actually don't. I thought I knew. I just realized I might be thinking of a different artist right now. I don't know. Um, but it really it's always there's always random moments in time that turn out like this, and I thought it was really important for a certain group of people to be represented right now, and that was dope. That was dope. And also that a friendly reminder that this guy is an American. Like you're tripping, bro. Um Feeling seen. I think that's something that a lot of Hispanic people right now, and I think African Americans in America, um, I've noticed them kind of like seeing a similarity in that, and also a lot of people not understanding. It's like goes back to the Black Lives Matter thing. It's like, okay, I understand what you're saying, like, oh, all of that, but like right now, like kind of a lot of black people are getting murdered by police, a lot of them, like a shit ton of them. There's a lot of people in prison right now that you guys said you were gonna release, and like you guys are releasing murderers, like Trump is pardoning murderers, but there's people in prison for like 3 grams of weed. You get what I'm saying? But right now, that's how I felt about Hispanic people. That's how I felt in terms of like that very moment. That's what it felt like. It felt like with everything going on with ICE, it was really nice to feel seen in that sense. Now, I'm a quarter Mexican. So San Diego, California, straight border boy, right? So, me personally, I understood the references of sleeping on a chair. I understood the references of a king. You know what? I've been in a quince. Like, don't play with your boy. Don't play with your boy. You feel me? So I would be naive to say that even me, I felt seen in a sense, even if it was for a split moment, or like when the kids saw Bad Bunny on TV winning a Grammy. I saw that. I remember seeing stuff like that as a kid, and that is real. That's the stuff that, even if it was just for one split moment, even if the whole thing was just a performance to me, but then that one small moment snuck through my Great Wall of China. You know? You know that wall you put up? Even I can hear it in my voice a little bit. It's just like, it was dope. It was important, bro. It was. I don't know what to tell you. It was, and it was important for a lot of people. That was really, really cool to see. Next topic at hand. I mean, this all really ties in, funny enough. It's like Super Bowl halftime, ICE, and Grammys. All of it really involves the same things. When the Grammys happened, um, oh wait, shoot, wait, before I move on to the Grammys, let's go back to the Paul brothers too, and Alex Earl. I forgot about that. Okay, so Alex Earl was at the Casita. Alex Earl was at the Casita, and people had a whole issue with it. Now, I don't know how old she is. The easy Google search could fix it. Do not care by any means. She seems like 23-ish. They're like, oh, in 2020, she was a fucking MAGA Trumper. Dude, name one blonde woman with blue eyes that comes from money that wasn't. Like, I'm dead ass. I went to a predominantly white high school. Every blonde woman with blue eyes that went to my high school fucked with Trump. That came from like that kind of money. Come on, bro. Why are we acting stupid? And also, too, I mean, I'm not gonna be like, oh, she was good. I don't give a fuck, really. But in all reality, I saw two things from Bad Bunny with that invite. One, we've all got vices, and his is blonde white women with money. Definitely. Can you blame him? And then secondly, I saw the tie-in to the whole divide thing. Like, look, if you're gonna tie in to a handful of people, inviting Alex Earl and Lady Gaga was one of the best moves you could do. And I love Lady Gaga a ton too. Alex Earl, what does she represent? Young white America, white women. At the end of the day, I always remember this joke. I want to say Tim Dillon said it, but he says something like, a comedian said this. I want to say it was him, but he said white women, like those kind of women, love something a little bit different. you know? Like Bad Bunny, he's popular, he's the best artist in the world, he's attractive, but he's still a US citizen. You know what I mean? Since he's popping, it's not like she's bringing home some fucking you get what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck her dad I don't know. I don't know. But it ties into this whole thing. Like if you were going to introduce someone like, "Yo, Alex Earl's there?" And then you start looking around and then the women start going like this. Then they start hearing their boyfriends. "Oh, of course that dumb bitch is there." Are you going to let your MAGA boyfriend talk about Alex Earl like that? Are you? I'm not. I wouldn't if I were you. I wouldn't let him talk about your girl like that. Because it seems like she fucks with Spanish music, fucks with salsa dancing, fucks with sexy men that can do all of this. So unless he starts aligning with that, it sounds like she's coming with me. You get what I'm saying? Like this is like the funny but serious thoughts that you could kind of put into this. How are we going to introduce America? And it's funny because I don't even really think people think this far ahead. I'm just thinking in terms of like why it wasn't a bad idea. It seemed like a really good idea to me. So you introduce those girls, young that young group of white women. You know what I mean? Who has a Republican boyfriend, who has a boyfriend with maybe a little bit racy thoughts, and then he crosses the line, and then he talks about your girl Alex Earl. Yep, yep. And then Alex starts coming out with some soft changes politically. She just came out with the Netflix special, y'all. If you think she's coming out MAGA, you're fucking crazy. She's doing a 180 like it's like her life depends on it because it does. People like her, it's not as much pandering and grifting as it I mean it is technically grifting, but like honestly, yeah, you kind of gotta you kind of gotta accept that. Are you not gonna accept them for that? Like in 20 years when she's riding hard for the same views as you, are you gonna bring up the fact that when she was like 20, she posted a MAGA photo? No, you're not. And you shouldn't. With all these people that are coming, that are backtracking, you should not feel that way. Even people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, like they're always like, "Oh, it's pretty big of her." Why? I mean, she's a fucking demon. Could you imagine if we got? I mean, not even imagine. I saw her on was it Bill Maher? I don't know which show she was on the other night or like last week. Man, didn't piss me off once. And then could you imagine if you just like kind of switched her brain wires a little bit and you're like, "Yo, lady, like I know you really hate abortion, but if you just don't think about that and then fight for these things that we agree on and just shut up about that until we get there, we have a bipolar, schizophrenic, crazy lady on our team now." That's the way I'm looking at these things. Now we have Alex Earl on our team now. Do you know what that comes with? 10 million ladies. 10 million. It's important, y'all. It's important. So there's that. I saw her at Casita. Oh my god. Oh my god, I forgot who the other girl was. Oh, Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is amazing. Amazing. Not only is she in support of Bad Bunny, has been for years. Not only is she one of the first one of the first people to tell the world herself that after she was done, she can't wait to be the one sitting and cheering. Said that years ago. How special is it that Lady Gaga got to go on stage and sing a rendition of her own music in Spanish? Pretty sure that's what happened. I felt like it was kind of the same kind of choice, but except it being like an Alex Earl woman for like that side, Lady Gaga represents a whole other group of people too that can now watch this Super Bowl that no one knew. Cause it's like Lady Gaga's connection with Bad Bunny's dope. People love Bad Bunny, and then those people now are even more happy because Lady Gaga's a huge surprise, and that wedding was real. Come on, bro. It was solid. It was solid. But Lady Gaga was another great choice, in my opinion. I found that her representation is kind of the young people And maybe even you know what it is too? It's like Lady Gaga is almost like those women's too. It's like those women's like hear me out for some reason. It's like, yo, I know but she's just so I'm like, and guys, like, I mean, dude, come on. She's a beautiful woman. Always has been. I know we watched American Horror Story. That mirror scene pointing down, absolute cinema. Her voice, absolute cinema. Um I loved it. I loved it. And also the references to each country, the references to Spanish music in the past that has been so popular. Um, it was all very, very fun. Now let's move on to the Grammys. Let's get this one chick out the way. I don't know her name. Don't want to say it even if I did. Um, I don't know what she was doing. She was like recording herself. I know what she was doing. She was recording herself, but I don't know what she was doing. You get me? Somehow, some way, this Fox News rep or this chick, like, I don't even know who she is. I think she's like a social media person who just like hates on Kamala Harris all day. Like, I looked at her page for like 2 seconds. I was like, Kamala, Kamala, Kamala. I was like, lady, isn't the run over? Like, I don't know. But when Billie Eilish went up and then she was talking about fuck ICE and all this stuff, I get what you're saying about Billie. It being performed. I get what you're saying. It is relevant, and Billie Eilish is funny. She is a funny lady that dresses and acts very black. I don't know which this one comedian on Instagram. I'm gonna try to find it and tag him. But he was like, "Bro, you're not." He's the guy. He's the black dude with glasses. He's tall. He's so funny, bro. Dell something. He was like, "Bro, you guys are not finna um uh." be in my comments calling me crazy for acting like Billie Eilish like wakes up and thinks it's normal to dress like Chingy. Bro, like I get it. Lady, you somehow, some way made it into the Grammys. Making videos hating on Kamala Harris. I don't really think this is the time to be doing this. Maybe you should wait until after and make like a YouTube video or talk about it on Fox News or something where no one's gonna see it. But wowza. Talk about not reading the room. And I thought it was relevant. I thought people have their things about like speeches and like talking about what's important, but think about it. Bad Bunny, if he didn't say something, that would be ridiculous because of the time. Billie Eilish, I mean, this isn't her first Grammy. She's going to be going to this for the rest of her life, damn near. So it's like, she's probably going to go up here like 6 more times. If she wants to use the platform to say what she wants to talk about, sure. But it's not like a dude like me who's probably only gonna get maybe a 0.1% chance of not only becoming a comedian, getting there, maybe getting like a side role in 30 years, and then maybe getting like a Better Call Saul-esque Grant Emmy. Right? Me? I don't know what I would say. I don't know what I would do. There's a lot I want to say. But let's look at a different reality. Let's look at a reality where in a year, my comedy career pops off. In 2 years, I'm writing for a show. And now, fast forward more years, I've already been nominated and won a couple Emmys, and now I'm nominated for my 5th Emmy. This is going to be the 4th time I might walk up on this stage, right? My thoughts are going to be very different after the thank yous. It's going to be a lot different. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's going to be a lot less thank yous and a lot more, I have a minute of your time. What am I gonna do with it, kind of thing, you know? So I think it's cool. I think it's interesting. And I think it's relevant. That's the most important thing to me half the time. It's like, bro, as long as you're bringing up something relevant, it doesn't really matter. Like, talk about it. If it's relevant, talk about it. If it's important to you, talk about it. If you want to do it, talk about it. Because people might find it cringe. I'm not really sure what's cringe about ICE murdering people in the street. But people might find it weird. I mean, dude, I do stand up and embarrass myself every day. I'm pretty sure these people are allowed to work their ass off and use their minute of their time. Um, Jake Paul and Logan Paul. I forgot to mention them. Super Bowl. Super Bowl is funny because they invite so many personalities nowadays. And I'm not really sure how much I like it. I kind of really liked it when the personality, we should just let analysts have more personalities instead of inviting like the Paul brothers and like Mike Maljak, who's fucking 60 years old. Why are they here? Like, Jake Paul walked by and is like, "Oh, are you excited for the Super Bowl halftime show?" He goes, "No, and no, not at all. It fucking sucks." And then he goes and like makes a crazy tweet about it, talking about he's not an American, talking about blah blah blah. Bro, your bitch is in the Winter Olympics, right? She just broke a world record. I'm so sorry. Hey, that was at him, lady. I didn't mean to call you a bitch like that, but your girl, your amazingly talented, respectable woman of a woman, just broke the world record and in the Winter Olympics. And dude's talking about, yeah, I hate Spanish people. I hate Mexico. I hate Bad Bunny. He's a fake American. I'm like, bro, you're gonna fuck up the one good thing you have besides money right now. You're gonna fuck that up right now. And then his brother came out and was like, yo, I do not agree with this at all. At all. I mean, after fucking showing a dead person hanging on the internet and saying ridiculous things for years, I'm happy he's finally bucked up and figured it out and learned how to speak. Or learn how to go on the right side of opinion. He's not like, yo, not to sound like a liberal asshole, not to sound like I give a fuck about women, but women kind of have it hard sometimes, sometimes. Bro, like, why are these people here? Another funny thing about Super Bowl weekend, oh my gosh, the football players. Who is walking around asking these football players if they know any Bad Bunny songs and if it was a good choice? Bro, okay, I'm just gonna come out and say this. This is gonna sound really bold, but I wouldn't really expect a lot of them to know and have Spanish music on their phone. It's not like many Spanish people, it's not like many Mexicans, it's not like many Puerto Ricans, it's not like none of them make the league really. There's not really a lot of Hispanic representation in the fucking locker room. You get what I'm saying? Not when I played. Not when they played. Not while they're playing. Since the dawn of time. Okay? That's just how it is. We kind of kick shit. Or box. That's it. That's all. But asking like, what? Oh, who do you listen to? Bro, they listen to Future. They listen to NBA Youngboy. They listen, like, this is the generation in the league now. Like, we're acting like these are the same people like us. Like, we were listening to Chief Keef in the locker room. Like, why are we acting like we were listening? We were listening to Meek Mill in the locker room. Who the fuck is listening to Enrique Iglesias in a locker room? Read the room, first of all. And then second, was it a good choice? Yeah, bro. Let's get NBA Youngboy at halftime. I don't even think these people, you know what's funny? Not even NBA. Bro, like, I don't even think these people realize like what the number one artist in the world is half the time. I'm like, did y'all listen to Janet Jackson besides when your mom played it? No, you didn't. Did you listen to Justin Timberlake? Did those football players listen to You know what's fucked up? I need to use a better example because those motherfuckers did. JT and them, they had it. They had it. They had it. I mean, I need a better example, but you guys get the point. What are we fishing for? What are we fishing for? And would I go asking every Hispanic person I know? Okay, this is probably not a good example because young Mexican dudes, they do listen to NBA Youngboy. They say the N-word too. You get the point. That dude's an idiot. Fuck him. Fuck him. Oh, I was just asking a question. You're being a bitch. You're being a weirdo. And also, you NFL players, stop answering questions. Just because someone asks you a question doesn't mean you have to answer it. They're not your mama. They're not your daddy. Just because they have a camera and a mic doesn't mean, and you feel cool because you're on camera, doesn't mean you have to answer this. Some of y'all need to be PR trained ASAP. ASAP, Rocky. Jeez, bro. Some of y'all just don't even... Yo, do you think it's a good idea for Bad Bunny to perform because it's only in Spanish? How do you feel about Spanish people? Bro, just feel like it's going to be a good performance and I fuck with tacos. I don't know. Anything. Anything but what y'all are saying. And then the other half of y'all, thank God. Because y'all agents saw that and said, yep, that's my player. Because all of them are go, I mean, no. But I listen, but it's on the radio all the time. He's the most popular artist in the world. First down. First down. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. First down. As an agent, I'm hearing that. Oh, sir, do you think it's a good choice that Bad Bunny's going? Because no one seems to like him here. No one seems to like him. The world likes him. Agent hearing that. Ha, ha, first down. That's my player. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Just a lot of good stuff going on around the world. A lot of bad stuff going on around the world. We should talk about that too. The Epstein files. And my video just lost 1,000 views. I only have one friend that I talk about this kind of stuff with, really. She's an amazingly smart girl. So her and I just get really high and just kind of read them and watch videos on YouTube. And I've been keeping up with everything. And the common theme that I feel around the entirety of the situation is a lot of people are feeling like this isn't loud enough, right? A lot of people this is probably where I align. A lot of people might feel like, oh no, like I care as much as that person who just said that, but I've also been hearing about this for the last decade. I was introduced to the internet very early. I was introduced to everything very, very early. I was introduced to news early. I was introduced to the idea of national disasters happening. I was introduced to the idea of people dying. All these things happened, right? Oh my God, sorry, I'm stoned. Here, let me hit my pen and then we'll be back. All right, we're back. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I probably align with this group. Now, I've been introduced to news very early and all these things. Now, I care, but I have things I care about too. I have a stand-up career. I have this. So I've been posting a lot of jokes on the internet recently, but for some reason, like, don't get me wrong, I like it, but I feel like I could use those same jokes just on stage and post them as clips of me doing stand-up. And I really do think I'm going to get involved because in terms of this social politic, but also podcast comedic space, I've always leaned towards it. I've always been attracted to it, but that's the lane that I'm in. I grew up in a military household that was very honest with me. I grew up in a Black household that was very honest with me. A Hispanic household too. These are the things that kind of have shaped me going, you guys didn't know that? Like someone might walk up to me and go like, oh, do you know how much blah, 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 blah makes doing this? This is all just the government, blah, blah. I'm just like, brother, like, this was me in 2010. You get me? Like, so back to the Epstein files. I'm reading them, I'm on them. I just feel like it's not that people aren't loud enough, but I can definitely understand the person, the third person I'm going to talk about, who hears it, reads it, thinks it's bad, thinks it's crazy. We all want these people to be prosecuted, but if they're not going to be surprised. And I almost just get that. It's like, is anything going to happen with this? Really? Like, we're all outraged, right? But the people that need to do something about it, I mean, they're in it. And then anybody who wants to do anything about it, like, I'm not really sure the logistics behind it. I'm not really sure the impact financially it's going to have on them. Like, we are in this great shift. Now, awakening, I'm not sure. People talk about this great awakening. Brother, you just didn't go to college. And I'm not hating in terms of like, if we're talking about like 45-year-olds that are having this like schizophrenic great awakening about like, oh, this is this, and we're sending money to it, and they're just like freaking out because they finally found something to like latch their lives onto, you know? Like, they've always been right about something that really wasn't even there, but now it's there. I can align with the people that think that, like, bro, like, this isn't some great awakening. It's been happening right in front of your face. And the only real way that we've been trying to help is through education and through healthcare and through trying to get this stuff off, because it's not going to change overnight. And these things are happening around the world. But what we can do is educate ourselves and make us better people. That's why, me personally, I very much wanted to be a professor, a history professor. I wanted people to look at history and think, holy crap, that is crazy, and maybe laugh a little bit about how some of these things are still fucking, like, how crazy are we? Like, it's laughable how crazy we are at times and how repetitive we are at times. So I might just be saying a whole lot of nothing right now, but this has been happening. I'm voting properly, but the only thing I really know how to do at this point is, if I'm gonna make it coincide, is I'm gonna make it coincide with my podcast and my life, right? Um, that's the only way I really know how to, is to introduce it into comedy, into my life, and seeing how that goes. But I also hear the side that thinks you're not loud enough. The people that are screaming on the internet, I agree. There have been victims coming out for years, and now there's victims coming out on the internet, which is even crazier. There's a person that I think was directly probably influencing this one, what is it, the I don't know if it's like Lululemon or fucking what's it called, but he was trafficked by him. And it's just like, what? Like, all of this is happening at once, so I can understand how it can seem like overwhelming, but it's been happening. And I'm not sure, people talk about like, we're desensitized now. Like, this is why all these things are happening at once. This is all planned and coordinated, so we can't necessarily focus on one thing. All this information is going to come out at once. But if you cared to, you would. I have. My friend has. That's why we have these conversations. But I think if I want to further my reach and actually, like, I don't know, corny, but have an impact on people, I think I'm going to have to start talking about it more on the pod. So, with that being said, beef jerky, whoops, Palantir, the Clintons, Jay-Z, Beyonce, New York Giants owner, Clav got mogged by ASU frat guy. You get me? Like, I'm so brain rotted and so not shocked by anything that I feel like the only option I have is to start spewing it here. Because if I start spewing it on anything, it just makes no other joke spewing it on pause. Whatever. So next week, maybe this week we'll have like a file review. We'll have a high quality file read. That would actually be fucking crazy. Yeah, that's what we'll do. In a couple days, maybe tomorrow night, we'll have a high quality file read. Oh, that'll be good. What else? What else am I looking at? One thing I've decided to do this year. I've never really been huge on resolutions. I've never really been that big on them, but this year I made a point to be a better friend to me, right? Be a friend to myself. And it's not like I've been an enemy all the time, but I've definitely not been a friend ever. So I try to change that. I'm trying to work on that. And one thing I've come to realize in defending myself more and protecting myself more is I very much don't like weird comments. Like, I always had a weird feeling back in the day, and then whenever I'd leave the situation, I used to always leave like, bro, that dude's a bitch. Or like, that was a weird situation. Like, why was she acting like that? Or why did that dude say that? I've it's not like an avoidant of a problem. It's just like you just let shit slide. So nowadays, it's not even about not letting shit slide. I just won't talk to you. Like, I'm so the best thing I know how to do as a person, and I heard someone say this on the internet. This one girl said this. Her YouTube's pretty fire too, or her Instagram. But she said the only thing I know how to do when I don't fuck with you is to not fuck with you. And then those people will continue to try to fuck with you, right? Even though you don't want to fuck with them, even though you made it very clear you do not want to speak, you do not want to do anything, these people will still bum you. Don't let it get to you, bro. Focus on you, do your own thing, and just laugh in the face of a clown, because that's what they are, bro. If you do not want to associate with someone and they're making it their entire power to associate with you, problems, bro. Problem. That's a whole problem. That's a whole problem. Not an issue yet, because you're not gonna. That's what they're trying to make it with you. You understand? They're trying to make it an issue with you, even though you don't even want to associate with them. It's a problem, but don't let it turn into an issue. Now they got exactly what they wanted, and it's funny because I'm just blatantly telling people to their face that I left them in 2025 and I do not care. Like, or like if they're saying something that has nothing to do with me, or they're gossiping about people or whatever the fuck, yo, bro, go find someone else. They look at me a little crazy sometimes, and I love it. Go find someone else to talk about people about, because I'm not on that right now. Unless you're talking about shit about like celebrities or like sports or like people who I have no association to or don't know or have never shook their hand, I don't even give a fuck if I agree. Don't, to me, bro, because you're introducing shit. Because now, in my mind, I'm being nasty, and then all of a sudden, it's a slippery slope, and now I'm being a nasty person to everybody. Won't I be a nasty person to me? So no, gone. Left that shit in the past, dusted. And then, if you walk up to me, if you're talking crazy to me, nah. I literally said this the other day to my homeboy. I was like, yo, bro, like, until you figure out how to talk normal, like, I just can't talk to you. Until you figure it out, I can't, because I'm not just finna get rage baited by someone I'm supposed to like talking to. You feel me? Like, that's just like nothing I'm gonna do, really. So, yeah. They might not like it, but it is what it is. I'm at peace. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm living my life. Yeah, that's about it. Let's get to some jokes I wrote this week. Let's get to some shit. Hey, one funny thing, Instagram people, I love y'all. TikTok people, apparently every story I told is a lie. everything that happens isn't real and no joke can be told. No, I'm kidding. Like, they find it funny, but it's like, I just feel like maybe Instagram people are smarter or something. Like, I don't think that's a crazy thing to say. Just like I would think people on YouTube are a little bit, might be like more smart because, like, I mean, at bare minimum, you're willing to listen longer. But I told a story about me going on a date with this girl, and I was telling her how I wanted to be a history professor. And she was like, "Oh, I love history." And I was telling him how that was a layup because now, like, we can just talk about history. It's funny. It'll be good conversation. Because now that she mentioned it, like, love, like, okay, so she brings up World War II. That's obviously a common one that everyone likes talking about. And then she's Latina. So now I don't know the validity of this, but she's telling me that when the Germans went to South America, part of them like embraced the culture and thought the language was beautiful, their culture was beautiful, blah blah blah, and let them rock a little bit, you know. And I told her, I was like, "Oh, that's the artist in Adolf. Still, it's still there." They they said after he got rejected from art school, that artist died. Now he still sees the beauty in life, and then it led to a good laugh. That's it. Them. There's no way this happened. To you. To a gentleman like me, I call that a regular Tuesday. To a young gentleman like me in flow state, that is a regular Tuesday to me. Okay? So calling me a liar is literally the guy version of a girl calling me broke. And I'm not having it at all. I'm not having none of that shit. Liar. I think that might be my biggest thing. Like, you could call me whatever, bro, but calling me a liar, bro, I'll admit to anything that I've done. I'll admit you know what's funny too? Half the stories that I tell aren't even stories that should be told in a good light. Like, I'm sitting here making fun of me, and motherfuckers be like, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. You didn't think I accidentally hit on the hottest counselor at our school and almost got suspended for it? Like, that's not a good story. That's not like me fucking saving 14 bad bitches from a burning building and then they all fuck me after. Like, bro, I almost got suspended for fucking checking out my counselor at like 15. What? Who the fuck am I? Who the fuck did I think I was? I don't know. But I find that very funny. I find that very funny that any story I tell, even when I'm making fun of myself, should be like, nah, this didn't happen. But hey, I fuck with the people that, I mean, most people do. Most people know people don't go on the internet. I mean, actually, most people do know that people go on the internet and just lie. Hopefully, I do not get thrown into that category. Right? Right. Hot topics. Actually, let's see. Let's see what conversationals we can do from based upon performance. Let's see. My friend, I'm a civilian, blah, blah, blah. Oh, another funny joke. That isn't really a joke. This is the blatant truth. My mom really does love everything about herself. She's an amazing woman that loves herself dearly. I love that about her. It's passed down to me. I've been really learning to love me greatly too. She's Mexican. Loves being Mexican, loves every part about it. It's cool, it's great, right? And the only time I've seen her really be like God, the fucking Mexicans, bro. Like, the only time is when she sees on the freeway, she sees one of those small pickup trucks with a small bed and furniture, fucking 5 stories high, swinging around like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Like, this shit's going down, but somehow it just never does. She gets pretty conservative when she sees that. She does. Right? Right? She does. But I feel like everyone's got a thing. Everyone's got a thing. I have a thing for everything. I'm black, Asian, white, and Mexican. I got a thing for each and every one. I feel like the Leaning Tower of Pizza shit really does pass out. I agree with that one. Let's see. White people. My thing with white people, the white side of me, like the only time I'm really like, it's not only time, but there anywhere I've moved, any of the craziest things that I've seen has involved a white person. Like when I moved to New York, right? Since I moved here, I've been here about a year and some change. Bro, I still think the craziest thing that I've seen is this um this dude looked like he dressed just fine, suburban in the city, so he must have lived in the city. He was biking with two children that couldn't have both been over the age. They might have been twins, over the age of like 3 years old, on an e-bike. That's attempted murder. That is attempted murder, and I don't care what anybody says. Bare minimally conspiracy. I don't think that should be legal. I don't think you should be able to be riding 35 miles per hour on an e-bike with kids that are less than fucking 3 years old. Because why would anybody want to watch two little baby watermelons, get smeared across the concrete at 8:47 in the morning? I saw this while waiting for my fucking boss to open the door. I'm just waiting. In that 10-second span, that's what I saw. Vroom. It could have just been the time of day that stuck to me as to why I'm so shocked. Like, why, if you were like maybe in a park on a regular bike going like normal speed, I'd be like, okay, I guess. But I would never put my infant children on a fucking bike in New York. That's it. Like, every day you do that, that should be a felony attempted murder. That should be double attempted murder. I hope that guy isn't doing good. Like, I damn near hope that guy dies. Those kids would be better off being raised by just the mom with no father in their life. I'm not kidding. Because this dude, this dude's gonna plug in a hair dryer in the outlet next to the bath while giving them a bath and just set it down and start blasting music, hoping the vibrations of the music will like bump the fucking thing slowly off the toilet into the tub. And then go to the fucking police and be like, this was a freak accident. The dude, like, I'm sorry. If you think that's normal, you don't care about your children. You don't. And I hope, please God, please let me see him again. Please let me see him again, because if I do, I'm gonna take a photo and I'm gunning him down, and I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna make a video and show y'all. I'm gonna be like, this is the dude. This is the dude who's trying to kill his children every morning. I just don't work every morning. I've been closing a lot recently, so I don't see him. But I would hope in these winter conditions in New York, he does not do that still. Like, my gosh. Like, I think the most dangerous thing my mom did growing up was put down the window to smoke a cigarette. And I know people would freak about that. Now imagine him doing that. Like, I think that's crazier than smoking a cigarette with your kid in the car that's 10. I think me being 10 and my mom having her hand out the car, smoking a cigarette, is way less crazy than him having two infant children going 35 miles per hour in New York in the city on an e-bike. He should be arrested. And they're like, why? I'm like, bro, you just need to be arrested for being a fucking idiot. Like, actually, this really struck a nerve in me. This really struck a nerve in me, I'm coming to realize, and I might need to talk to him. I need to talk to this guy. I need to ask him what makes him think this is okay to have. Bro, I don't even think they had helmets on. I'm dead ass. I think they were just wrapped up in blankets. I don't even think they had helmets on, bro. I don't think he had a helmet on. I don't think they had a helmet on. I'm gonna call the police on that dude. Not lying. Not really, but I'm not gonna make any promises, but I'm gonna really hope to see that guy so I can scream, wear a fucking helmet, you fucking idiot. You have children and you're on an e-bike in the city with infant children. You're a fucking idiot. I don't give a like I don't care in my mind. I don't care like, oh, you don't know someone's situation. That doesn't apply to e-bikes. You apply that to people taking the bus, taking the train. That's where I come from too. If you didn't have a car, that's where, but in New York it's normal. Bro, you need to get a double carriage, a double stroller and take that on the chin, because I don't know what the fuck you think you're doing. That's like the dude who has a two-door Porsche and has 3 kids and thinks he's not gonna have to get another car. You're a fucking asshole. You're a fucking weirdo. Yeah. Yeah. I'm on that. I'm on crack right now. I'm on that Jack Herrera, actually, to be specific. I like Jack Herrera. I like sativas. I have to smoke more sativas to stay awake. That's the funny thing about sativa hybrid indica. I've worked in the cannabis industry for like a really long time now. I mean, not really long time, like 3 years, but I've been smoking since I was like 15. And I've always known that any weed really goes well with me, but bro, sativas, they do not give me anxiety. People be like, oh, sativas supposed to be head high, be careful, it causes anxiety. Bro, you give me a sativa and a cup of coffee, I turned into Gojo that one episode where everything made sense, that he just starts floating. Real shit. You give me a good sativa joint and you give me a good cup of coffee in the morning, you got a dude who's ready to split atoms in his work for 4 hours at least. Get me reloaded in another 4. Bro, my 8-hour shift just got murked. Murked. Ask anybody, bro. I murk shit off the coffee and the spliffy. It's kind of my place of peace. I'm gonna do this right after this. So I'm trying to, the back end of this was a little boring. I'm trying to think about anything, like anything new that I've done. I mean, I guess I could open up a little bit. I could tell you guys about my love life a little bit. My first year in New York was really good. I did a lot of things that I wanted to do. I had a ton of fun. I met a lot of cool people, and I fell in and out of and possibly back in, and I don't know where that's at, kind of thing. You know? It's pretty funny in terms of that, because I've only been in one relationship. I'm not the type of person that was like, oh, like I'm looking for something hyper specific. I literally just need to be attracted to you, and you need to be smart. Smart enough to get my jokes and smart enough to laugh and maybe shoot something back, right? That's really it. Didn't know I would meet someone 5 times that, but smart lady, amazingly funny, mentally ill, loves the crap out of me, complicated. I think I'm gonna cut this in case she listens. Yeah, I have nothing to say about it, actually. You know what? I'm gonna get back to you guys next episode about this, but I think the first half of this, we really did some good work. The back end of this, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna go smoke and have lunch though, so thank you guys for listening. This was a rough episode 4. Not really. I think it was okay. We kind of caught a flow state for about 40 minutes. But thank you guys for sticking with me. I'm gonna post a lot more from this standpoint, and then make a lot of things about stand-up now. I appreciate all the love. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok for a bunch of more stuff. A bunch of more stuff that's going to be outside of this podcast and clips. YouTube, we're going to be doing a lot more stuff too. I'm starting a high quality questionnaire. That's going to be a show. It's not going to be a stand-up show. It's going to be a game show where the funniest answer gets the point. I need something lit, and I'm going to be that lit host. I'm going to be on fucking fire. So I'm excited about that. I signed up for some classes because your boy wants to be a writer too. I'm trying to expand my entire tree, right? Stand up, sketch writing, improv, cringe, pilot writing. Like, bro, all I need is one of these things. All I need is one person to look at me and go, bro, this guy's got something weird going on in his mind that is hilarious and he's funny. And when they ask me if I'm able to do something, I'm ready. Luck, preparation meets opportunity. And we'll say goodbye on that. Thank you guys so much. Bye.